college classic. Did you say college classic campuses? Well, sure you did. We're reading the Apocrypha with Greek Septuagint. Septuagint with Apocrypha. Um, we're reading Genesis, and well, I'm a little iffy about this next chapter here. The chapter is related to me personally in a way, and of course, I know you're wondering how, and so I'll read it to you, and you can take it from there. Thank you, Lord God Almighty, for wisdom and knowledge. Fill us, Father, with the Holy Ghost of Jesus Christ and the Father. Amen. Well, let's kick off. Let's do this. And Abraham again took a wife, and there it is. They're saying, what? My father went with another woman after my mother passed away when I was 10 years old. My older sister was 8. My older sister was 12. My other sister was 14. And my other sister was 16. And us being all 2 years apart. Very, very, very hard to go over this because no woman in my sister's eyes would ever do in regards to love, mothering, and whatever secrets women have. But let's do this. And her name was Shatera, or Katera. Sound like a motorcycle? Yeah, it sounds like one of those Japanese motorcycles, doesn't it? So her name was Katera, and she bore to Abraham Zombram and Jezreel and Maddo and Medium and Jusbach and Zoe. Not Zoe, but Zoe, or if you want to, Zoe. And Jezan begot Saba and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were the Assyrians and the Tusians, and were the Ayamam. And the sons of Medium were Japher and Aphir, and Enoch and Abida and Al-Daga. And all these were their sons and their daughters. All these were sons of Shatera. But Abram gave all his possessions to Isaac his son. But to the sons of his concubines, Abram gave gifts. And he sent them away from his son Isaac, while he was yet living to the east into the country of the east. These were the years of the days of the life of Abram, as many as he lived, 175 years. And Abram, failing, died in a good old age, an old man, and full of days, and was added to his people. And Isaac and Ishmael, his sons, buried him in the double cave in the field of Ephron, the son of Sar, the Shittite, which is over against Mamre, even the field and the cave which Abram bought of the sons of Chet, or Ket. There they buried Abram and Sarah, his wife. And it came to pass after Abram was dead that God blessed Isaac his son, and Isaac dwelt by the well of the vision. And these are the generations. These are the sons and daughters of Ishmael, the son of Abram, whom Agar, the Egyptian, the handmaid of Sarah, bore to Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael according to the names of their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael was Nebaioth, and Keter, and Nabdal, and Mesam, and Duma, and Macy. and Caudan, and Thaman, and Jeter, and Nephis, and Kedma. And these are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names in their tents and in their dwellings, 12 princes according to their nations. And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. And he failed, and he died. Failed? Sound like he was very prosperous, of course, and was added to his fathers. And he dwelt from Avalet to Sur, which is opposite Egypt, until one comes to the Assyrians. He dwelt in the presence of all his brethren. Okay, so now we see that they're prospering, they're moving on, they're growing, they're becoming a people. Now Ishmael had sons, okay, and all these from Keturah, her sons, she had 6 sons. They also prospered, and they went throughout the lands. But you have to understand, they were sent eastward, okay. So if they were sent eastward, where'd they go? This is the offspring and the beginning of what we know today as Hinduism and Buddhism. But this was the beginning of it. This is just from my study. People say you're wrong, and I'll prove you're wrong, and they do. But then I prove it's right. And it's hard to say who's really wrong or right, but those believe in the Spirit. And when we read the beginning, remember when we read chapter 1, it said the Spirit of God was on the face of the waters. And God was doing the creating. So we know that the Spirit did create us. Now, as we continue to read and study, we see that. And he dwelt in Avalet to Sur, which is opposite Egypt, until the one comes to the Syrians. He dwelt in the presence of all his brethren. So the Syrians, which is Hebron, Syria, Libya, all that. Okay, and those are the generations of Isaac, the son of Abram. And Abraham begot Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took a wife, Rebekah, daughter of Bethuel, a Syrian, out of the Syrian Mesopotamia. Now, a lot of people say Mesopotamia is Babylon. Okay, but it's also Syrian. So they all went their ways. A sister of Laban, the Syrian, and Isaac prayed the Lord concerning Rebekah, his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord heard him, and his wife Rebekah conceived in her womb. And the babes leaped within her, and she said, if it will be so with me, why this to me? What's going on? She can feel him leaping around. Well, it says the babes. It doesn't say babe. It says babes. Why does it say that? Okay, let's read. She said, if it will be so with me, why is this to me? And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said to her, there are 2 nations in thy womb. Oh. Okay. And 2 peoples shall be separated from thy belly, and one people shall excel the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. And the days were fulfilled that she should be delivered, and she had twins in her womb. And the first came out red, hairy, all over like a skin, and she called his name Esau. And after this come forth his brother, and his hand took hold of the heel of Esau, and she called his name Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when Rebekah bore them. And the lads grew, and Esau was a man skilled in hunting, dwelling in the country, and Jacob a simple man, dwelling in a house. And Isaac loved Esau because his mission was his food, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Okay, so here we see that one loves food, the other likes to cook, and the mother likes the one who loves her least. Right? No, that's what it sounds like, because the way he just described it. Okay, so Jacob cooked pottage, and Esau came from the plain fainting, and Esau said to Jacob, let me taste of that red pottage, because I am fainting, and therefore his name was called Edom, or Edom, and Edom. And Jacob said to Esau, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am going to die, and for what good does this birthright belong to me? And Jacob said to him, swear to me this day. And he swore to him, and Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. And Jacob gave bread to Esau and pottage of lentils, and he ate and drank, and he rose and departed. So Esau slighted his birthright. I had a woman one time in Downey tell me something about that. She said, sell me your birthright. I said, no. She goes, well, you'll starve and die. I said, well, even if I was to starve and die, I still wouldn't sell you my birthright, because you have to understand that if I was to think before that, I would have lost it to begin with. She was talking about this nation, and she said she would prosper me. I said, just for me thinking that way, it would be capital punishment for me. I told her, how about if I tell them you wanted me to sell my birthright to you, and you intend to take over this country, and you told me that you'd make me a slave or a very safe person afterward. No. Okay. So, and there was a famine in the land besides a okay, so let's do this. Let's stop there. I want to go on, but let's stop there and talk about this. Okay, so she wants to sell me to sell my birthright, and I don't think that's right. This relates to me in this way, as you were wondering. My dad remarried, and he has another wife. I have other brothers and sisters. I love them very much. And someone would cause me to come against them, even if they were sent away with gifts, or no gifts at all. I would be very angry, because I would be heartbroken, because they're my dad's blood. I didn't like too much of anything as a teenager, and then my Lord told me when I found Christ that your dad loves his family very much, and it started to become very important to me how much he loved them and how important it should be to me that he have them in his life. So I went out of my way to make sure of this. This is College Classic Campus Hits. Can you think of something that relates to you in your life as the Bible is concerned? Can you think of anything that would touch in the same way? If you can, use it. Ask God to guide you. TcYbarra. God bless you.